Salutations, everybody. It is Maddie here today with week 59 of the H.A.M Radio Podcast.
And it is me, the LoneVaultWanderer.
My name is Noah, and yet again, my ARC has a flat tire. This happened a couple months ago, and it's got another one, so I gotta figure that out.
It's also 40 minutes late to the cast.
Yes, it is. That too. Because it's a flat tire.
Yeah.
It actually works out. Yeah, it's perfect. But This week we have a very special guest, one that was supposed to be on last time we had the podcast. We took a week break because of I was at PAX, Lone was away. We were just like, yeah, fuck it this week. And so now we finally have Emma with us today. Would you kindly introduce yourself?
Hello. I'm Emma, also known as Ability Drain. And actually, let's be honest here, the reason why the podcast didn't work last time was because, come on, Lone.
Lone, yep, thank you. I wanted it from her mouth. I wanted it from her mouth. It is
It might have been my fault, but we're recording this cast 40 minutes or 50 minutes late, actually, because you two fuckers are too... Yeah, well, there you go.
Whose fault was it? Because you got all the time zones mixed up. I was sitting there going, where the fuck is everyone? An hour or two later.
This is what happened. Ability Drain, or Emma, she's like, oh yeah, I operate off GMT time, which she does. But what happens is when they go through daylight savings in England, in merry old England, what happens is that...
When the fuck was that?
It changes to GMT +1 or BMD or BMS.
Or BD.
Or BSM.
You just typed in, what time is it in England right now in Google, and it would have come up.
I didn't know. You know what? I accept it. All right. And you know
you had trouble accepting it, though, to be fair.
No. That's it.
Yeah, you were like, Jason, it's this. It can't be that.
I never
blamed
blamed you. I always said.
I saw the messages. Matt sent them to me.
Bullshit.
I wasn't doing to rat you out. I was like, I think there's been a bit of a confusion here, and
it was a mix-up.
Because
it seems as though Lone has fucked up.
Yeah, I'm just chilling there, and all of a sudden,
I was like, no, it's coming up to 11 now.
But yeah, I'm just like sitting there, like I think it was an hour before I thought we were recording, and like Emma messages me, she's like, "So we recording today or something?" I'm like, "Oh no!" Like I was just thinking to myself, "There's no way that we just fucked this up."
Camera zooms in on Matt. Fuck.
Right this time, thankfully.
And you were asleep.
Yeah, I was asleep actually.
Lone has woken up very early. It's what, like 3 a.m. Lone?
It's like 6:50 a.m. But I woke up at 6 a.m. for you fuckers. So you know what? This week you fucked up. So we're all
we were still right, yeah.
We let you, but listen to how great your voice sounds now. If we got this started at 6, you would have been like, "What's up? It's Lone. How's everyone going today? Go get my toast and my coffee."
I know. I messaged Emma and I was like, "Hey, I actually feel surprisingly awake, and I don't know why."
You didn't sound awake.
Yeah.
You sounded half dead.
No, I'm fine. I'm really awake, guys.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, it was
every
just like
time
that.
though. It's just like Lone. I'll answer the call from Lone when he gets up early and he's so.
I just got some coffee.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I'll be right back. I need to grab some coffee." Just
coffee.
Anyway, promotions. We are on iTunes, as most of you know. I do apologize for taking so long to upload last week's or 2 weeks ago that episode on the iTunes. And then also we have a link down below for you Android users. We're now on Google Play, so you can listen to us on the go on either device you have. But
still not SoundCloud, so stop asking.
It's so bad. And also as well, quick thing. Last time I checked, all right, we were in the top 200 gaming news podcasts on iTunes, which I think is cool.
Well,
and that's only out of 200 gaming.
No, it's not. It's not. Actually figured it out. There's like heaps of them. So when I checked that list, I thought there was only 200, but that's the top list. So we're there.
Let's get us to top 50.
We are fucking good, man. Good for us. We are fucking good. That's good shit right there. Anyway,
it's because we get
blow
great
your own
guests.
horn or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, iTunes and Google. So if you have, like I said, iPhone or Android, you can listen to us on the go now. There will be links for each in the description. And now finally, if you want to join us as potentially a guest and just interact with us, answer the following question on Twitter with the hashtag H.A.M Radio Time. Tag any of the handles you see on screen. When do you think Far Harbor will be dropping? It's getting close. But anyway.
When do you think Far Harbor will be
dropping?
Yeah, don't think you passed with that without anyone. That was...
it's because last night I was imitating Ivan a lot, even though he wasn't with us, and I just kept cracking my voice, and it just started naturally happening. I can't stand it.
You're not going through puberty again or anything?
Just like...
Yeah, I think he is going through puberty.
To watch a movie, dude.
Oh, and Emma, by the way, if any of us interrupt you during this cast, we apologize in advance.
Oh no, it's cool. It's cool.
It happens.
Yeah, you can say whatever like racial slur
just
you want.
tell us
to
to fuck off or something. We do tell that to each other all the time. But
Anyway, Bethesda news roundup. Let's get this one started because we got a lot to talk about today. I need to step away from the mic for like 2 minutes, but let's have you guys roll into the conversation. Don't fucking give me that look. Let's talk about Fallout 4 modding. That's what everyone wants to talk about. The creation kit dropped, Bethesda Net, all that stuff, all in game on PC. It's coming to Xbox One next month, according to Beat Hines at least. So yeah, let the cast know what you think. Maddie's gonna be checking out for just one moment.
Well, I'll actually mention.
He's gonna go take a shit.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I'm calling it.
Actually, I went beforehand, so thank you very much.
Maddie, go. Just go right now, so we can
hear you.
Need it.
Just leave.
All right, we're good. No, we're.
Yeah. Just go, Maddie.
He's gonna like run into his living room and be like, "Shut up!" Or, like, he's gonna like yell at his family.
So an interesting thing about the creation kit. So they had the closed beta for a while, and people were under NDA, but they were letting certain people release mods using that creation kit already before they even announced it officially.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I would have gone on Nexus and started downloading more stuff if I'd known that.
Yeah, well, it was the unofficial patch for Fallout 4. It seems like they've worked with Bethesda to do it. I don't know.
Right.
It was
Most likely. They probably needed, you need something to test, so it's like they put that out there and saw how it went.
But I guess, what do we think about, console mod incoming creation kit? We'll start with you, Emma, because you are the guest.
I wonder how that's actually going to work, because obviously they've not ever implemented anything like that, and I don't think any other game has ever implemented modding onto consoles before.
Well, not for console though.
Yeah.
No.
Not for console.
So I'm wondering how that's going to work. Like, is it going to be completely separate? Because obviously we've got like the Nexus where we can get our mods from mostly. So I just wonder how they're going to do that for
what's going to
happen?
Be a
separate
by my understanding is that modders will upload their mods to Bethesda.net, and from there you can access them from the PC, from Xbox One, from PS4, all within the in-game menu. So do you know how when you start up Fallout 4 and then you see all the options, and there's also an option for DLC? So there will just be an option for mods, and you simply click on which mods you want, and then you can start up and play them. The only reason why I'm like, that it's come out on PC is because the Nexus Mods Manager is so much more versatile, because you can have different profiles and stuff with mods that I think...
Well, but this is something official.
Well, that's true, yeah. Plus the creation kit is out as well.
Right. I think this is something that's really... it reminds me a lot of Left 4 Dead 2, in the way Left 4 Dead 2 has integrated its mod system and its workshop really nicely with Steam, and that you don't have to download outside stuff for it. Granted, that's not that hard, but it's like... someone who may not be that familiar with it can just go on, browse through, like, with Left 4 Dead 2 and see, like, oh, that's cool, I can use the fucking, I don't know, a bunch of anime characters as my, things, because that's all it is when you look at them. But, you can do that and just install it real quick, and it's like that. Yeah. This is kind of what I see with Fallout and the creation kit, and this being versatile to everything. My curiosity pops up with when, what's it called? Compatibility things play in.
That's going to be interesting, especially with like the way mods work now. Is when you install them, you need to have the correct load order. You need to have compatible mods. How is that going to operate with? This is just my guess. Maybe when the mod author uploads their mods, they have to say, "All right, these are the kinds of mods it's compatible with. These are the mods it's aren't." But I don't know. It's going to be a clusterfuck.
Well, who knows? Maybe with the creation kit, it has like automatic compatibility modes with it. So as long as it is from the creation kit, it should work with anything from the creation kit.
How do mods work with Skyrim on? I think it's Steam now, because you don't have a mod manager. You just select what mods you want.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Anyone?
More to the point, what about like the not safe for work kind of mods? Because let's face it, it's full of tits and dick, right? So surely like backdoor Betty with the massive knockers ain't gonna be put on the
I love how
the British slang is fantastic.
More to the point, what about the titty mods? I'm like, yes,
exactly, yeah, that's what I mean. Backdoor Betty with the massive knockers. What? That's not gonna make it onto the
Noah's like laughing because he loves.
What's interesting, if you look at the trailer, there's a part in the trailer and it's a frame. It happens like that, but there's a part where it has the little circle, the red circles with an X through them, like saying you can't do it. Over certain mods, And I'm wondering if those mods are either not screened by the Bethesda or not compatible. I'm wondering what that red circle with the X means through it. You know what I mean? Because I saw that in the trailer. It's very quick, but it's there. You know, and I don't know. Maybe they explained it. Did they?
This one
say?
frame, there is this secret menu. Oh my god.
No, but you know what I mean. Like that could be saying you can't download these because of whatever. You know, I mean, it's not compatible with it. You're not at a right point in the game. I don't know. You know.
Maddie's rejoined us.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I did speak earlier, but it's all right. The only issue I've had with this modding system is that I've noticed when I don't know if anyone else has fucked around with it, but for me, when I install mods, and I saw it happen to Connor when he was messing around with it today, so it's not just me, but like it says all my mods are installed for Bethesda Net, but when I go to back out of the screen, it says like you have mods still downloading, and it doesn't make sense because you click on all the mods, it says they're all downloaded and everything. It's like there's like some type of thing that doesn't finish it, so you don't know if like when you're backing out if your mods are fully installed or not. And that's one thing that's always kind of thrown me off.
Maybe because it's still in beta and still big.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Like I said, it's kinks that'll easily be worked out down the line. But that's one thing I noticed, that every time I go to back out, certain mods don't fully download. Like one of them was a new area. It added a subway station and something else. And anytime I backed out with that mod activated, it would say it's not done downloading. But when I disabled it, it would just back out normally and do the little reset process. So I think some mods, I think there's some things that need to be ironed out naturally. That's why it's in beta. But still,
well, what I think though is that if you're on PC, and this is not me trying to knock on Bethesda, it's just because the mod community has been so experienced for so many years. It's still better for you to be using Nexus Mod Manager or a different mod manager, because there's so much more flexibility, because you can use profiles, because there's been years of testing this. Like there's already been months of testing all the modding for Fallout 4.
And they're
I
constantly
think it's
updating it as well. So
I'm disagreeing.
Really?
Okay.
I like Nexus, but like, dude, if Bethesda Net works out, like that's so much fucking easier. Like I'd love to just back out of my game and not fully exit it. And like,
we don't want to look. Okay, yes, this thing is in beta right now. Obviously, it's gonna be buggy, but keep using it. Find those bugs, report them. Don't I'm not trying to bash on Nexus, but like, don't say, "Oh, it bugged a mod, I'm just going back to Nexus." Like, give it a chance. Let it develop and stuff like that. Because if this can become a thing, you know what I mean. If Bethesda Net can become like a major thing, then
you're gonna see in all their games.
It's much more versatile to players. Exactly, it's much more.
I mean, in theory, it would be a lot easier because you're still in game. You don't have to log out. You don't have to, So I mean, definitely agree with that.
Let's say you had because people on PC typically have anywhere from 50 to 100 mods, commonly. Let's say you're like, you know what, I want to just test this game in vanilla right now. Can on Bethesda, the in-game modding for Fallout 4 and PC, can you just say, all right, uninstall all mods? Because right now you can do
just
profiles.
Turn them off, force you. I would imagine so. It'd be weird.
That's the whole point of it. I mean, that's the whole point of it, is being able to manage the mods efficiently. So just checking a box or just making it easier, something integrated into the game, not an outside program.
The thing that a lot of people don't realize, though, and I understand why people want to still use Nexus, and I will still, and I think Nexus should be a good place to go to for mods, no matter what happens with Bethesda Net. But this has to be simple and easy, and I know people don't seem to be a fan of it, but it's because there's so many new modders coming in with Fallout 4 in general on PC, but this is coming to consoles. So it has to be like a interface friendly kind of thing where it's very simple.
Well, that's the thing.
But it's going to have to be simple if it's on console, because otherwise then no one's going to use it. And they can't.
There's tons of PC users who don't use mods because no one likes going into the data folder and transferring files.
And I know plenty of people like that. And it's a daunting task. Now, people who use mods all the time are like, it's not daunting, it's fucking easy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, if you're used to doing it,
we're talking about you, Nissan. We're talking about you, Nissan. Well, you're fucking stupid.
But you guys are right, because this is being used on the console, you need to have a simple and versatile system. I completely agree.
And quite honestly, even if it wasn't being used on the console, I still think it should be easy. Again, look at Left 4 Dead 2. That's an easy, quick mod system.
But those are much simpler mods, though. This is the only thing.
Are they though?
They are, of course they are.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. In a way, yes. I think, though, you still have new map mods and stuff like that, and a lot of them are skin changes, you know what I mean, and character changes. But there's new maps. And my point is, this stuff is still easy to do. It's a click of a button, it downloads, and you're done. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
and you can install it. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that that's where they want to get to.
And
or I feel like
fair, I gravitate more to mods personally. Nexus, before this Bethesda Net thing happened, that were just download with Nexus Mod Manager, where I didn't have to dive into the files. I just literally let the mod manager do it itself. And that's not me being lazy, but it's more so just that messing with files, like, you know, when things screw up, it can screw up other mods, it can screw up other files. You just don't want to, and then you end up deleting stuff. You don't want to delete the wrong thing. And it's not like it's a hard process or anything, because if you do it a lot, I've been doing it for about a year and a half now, where I'm kind of used to modding, but still, it's one of those things that you just, it's tedious at times. You know, some mods just don't seem worth it.
And it can be very daunting as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you think about it, when you first started, like I did when I first thought, right, I want to mod the shit out of this, I looked at it, I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do, which is why I obviously used the manager rather than manually putting them in, because I was
there are so many managers
as well.
Doing. Like there's like the mod. I can't remember even the names. It's a bunch of managers too, so people can get confused and do get confused. Like I completely get that. I'm just talking about more in terms of, well, for the time being, most PC players are still probably going to be using Nexus or some other form of manager, and I see that as fine, because it's the mod managers can still use profiles. They're probably less buggy than what the Bethesda one is now, and there's probably more things you could do with a mod manager. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see how many PC players start using, obviously, the official Bethesda one rather than Nexus.
I probably will.
You can use both.
I'll give it a go, definitely.
Honestly.
But I wonder if anyone, or how many will take a preference to one or the other. Because I mean, a lot of PC players are set in their ways, aren't they? So I'm sticking with the Nexus because I know what I'm doing.
Yep.
But you can use both. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I think the people who are a little bit more intimidated by the Nexus, you know, or any type of in-depth modding, or what they think is in-depth modding, are definitely going to be the ones to gravitate to the Bethesda Net.
Official,
You know what I mean? Just because they know it's Bethesda, they know that they made it and it's just going to work. You know, it just works.
Yeah.
There's a mod that when you level up on Bethesda Net, when you level up, Todd Howard goes, it just works like that. And it's fucking great.
In the end, though, honestly, above all, I'm excited for all of you console players that have never modded before. I really am, because it's such an exciting feeling to be able to do that. Like, this is such an important part of Fallout, and millions of you haven't experienced it. So I
even just Fallout, but just Bethesda as a whole.
And
like, people have talked about modding for years and years and years, and like so many console players are like, what's the big deal, but damn, like I got to just watch people mod, you know, like people like Alchest Breach and stuff who are all about mods and Gopher as well, but now like they're going to be able to experience it themselves to some degree, which is very cool. I'm curious what the limit of the mods on consoles will be. But one thing I wanted to mention, by the way, that just came to mind is if I had one other suggestion for Bethesda Net, it's that they need a better filtering system to find what I'm looking for, because I like how they have everything categorized, but I'd like to be able to search for specific mods. So if someone's like, oh, I like this mod a lot, that I can just I can look it up. Like
the name of it.
Yeah, I didn't see there might be a search function, but when I was doing my preview video and stuff, and when I was looking afterwards and just messing around with it in general, I didn't see anything like that. And like I said, this is beta. I'm assuming it'll be added at some point down the line, but I would imagine. Yeah, but I would definitely like a specific search function of some form. But the layout that they have, I really like. But we were going back to the limit on consoles. Noah, you were about to say something, I think.
Yeah, I was wondering on that too. Because you look at do they have like campaign mods for Fallout 4? I haven't seen too many. I don't know.
I think there's
campaign.
Like I'm asking, do they? Like, do they exist?
He's asking like if there's like new quest mods, basically.
Like in New Vegas, there's a shit ton of quest mods.
Okay, no, that's the thing.
I dare say they're like people are making them, but I doubt there'd be any out right this second because there's so much to it.
And you need the creation kit. If you really want to do as far as I understand, someone's probably going to correct me, but if you really want to do a quest mod, you need the creation kit.
Right. My curiosity lies in the fact of, will we see that a lot in terms of specific like quest mods, or will it mostly be?
I think we will. And I think that most of those mods, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need the mute player protagonist. You're going to need to not have the third person, cinematic perspective when you're talking, just because obviously people can't replicate Brian or Courtney's voice. Mm-hmm. That's just going to be the reality. So I think a lot of those mods are going to
I bet there are some people that could. There are bound to be some people out there that
we know Brian will just get him to do every mod. Yeah.
Yeah. Just call him up, Maddie.
Yeah, I was about to say, we'll just
Like a phone conversation as the voice acting.
Like he said, we own Brian Delaney, so we will be sure to lend
That
him
being
out.
said, though,
We don't
there are
own Courtney,
thousands
though.
of. Oh no, she's very approachable. She's cool.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many. There's so much voice work in the game from the two protagonists that you could probably cobble together something and it would sound completely legit and no one would know.
You're probably cool.
I'm just imagining that and how robotic-y and random it would sound like hello, welcome to the red truck. It's like, oh god. Like
Insert name here, yeah.
Note, I'm not against it.
That'd be hilarious.
That's excellent.
Yeah, but I like the way they rolled out this system. On to some more interesting information. How about some Far Harbor news here? Some interesting leaks have happened thanks to update 1.5. Bethesda basically knows now when they put they what?
So you're gonna have to fill me in on this. I haven't even heard about the leaks. I've been permitting away.
I got you, homie. Don't worry. So basically, what happens?
Hit me with it.
What happens is when Bethesda puts out an update now, they know that they because they like to put out the framework for whatever's coming up next. And I think they just accept now that fans are going to dive into there and find hints of what's going on. Because that's what happened with survival mode. And someone went on Reddit, posted like saying, this is exactly what is in survival mode. And Bethesda's like, well, you caught us. And they like promoted the Reddit thread. And they're like, more to be revealed later. And so when they put up a little update about 1.5, they're like, hey, the framework for Far Harbor's in here. Basically saying, if you know how to navigate the files and stuff, you're going to find information about Far Harbor.
At least they've embraced it.
Yeah. So
they're pretty cool with that.
Yeah, and the first thing that people found were brand new workshop items for Far Harbor. And what's interesting is that
Is it the harpoon?
No, nothing yet. This just seems to be settlement focused. But what's interesting is that it's adding seems to be more substantial than Wasteland Workshop, which fucking blows my mind. But seriously, like, I'm trying to remember. They're adding, in terms of like structures, I know they're adding boxcars. We've seen those before, like the little orange and blue trains. They're adding barns. What else are they adding? Warehouses. That's another.
Modders could have done it. Modders could have done that shit. I'm telling you right now.
Modders can do anything, Lone. Literally anything.
I'm taking the piss, Noah. God damn it.
Where are you taking it?
I've seen you tweeting about that all bloody week.
Oh, it's frustrating.
Modders could have done it.
Does my head in. It really does.
Because like they're basically game devs, modders. They're fucking talented. They could do anything. Fuck.
I know.
They're talented, but I always feel like there's an underlying mischievous end goal. I don't know why.
I would get someone from Bethesda fired to take their job.
The unofficial patch came out, which fixes a bunch of bugs, and people were like, "Oh, Bethesda's lazy." I'm like, if any game in the world was able to be modded like Fight 4 could, there would be bug fixes for every fucking single
they're
thing.
not lazy. See, now I'm
it's
getting
also
triggered
like
because it's like, do you know how long this stuff needs to go through? Like it needs to. You have to have someone like check this, that, and the other thing. But another person has to check their work. It's not just like they're lazy. It's like they have like 3 months to go through and wait for this to go out.
No, he's right.
Lone hands down made the best point I heard ever, which was like, well, there was an unofficial patch for New Vegas, so are you gonna call Obsidian lazy? Oh, dude, they had a year and a half to make the game, so.
Sorry, Maddie, this is the thing, right? Someone commented, he was like, oh, they only had a year and a half for the development, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, motherfucker, we talked to Chris Avallone, and he said that wasn't an issue, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like, I can't stand it. I can't.
Fuck you, we know people.
I'll be back, by the way, guys. 1 sec.
All right.
Oh, great. Now Lone's
I was
going.
about to say, we should just grill him now for calling me out.
You, Lone.
Unbelievable.
I still hear you.
He's getting coffee.
Terrible accent as well.
No,
Go on, do an Australian accent. Go on.
My Australian accent? Well,
Everything
I'm
sounds
gonna say
like
I can do a Cockney accent, and then I'm gonna do
Go
it.
on, go on.
No, because now it's gonna sound Australian.
Go on.
What do I say? What do I say?
Anything you want. Just do like a typical Cockney, like how people imagine Londoners sound.
Oh fuck.
Say something about tea and crumpets, then I guess, right? If you're saying going.
No,
I didn't even know there's a fucking difference. I didn't even know there's a difference.
What's that one name in the UK of the restaurant? It's like a Panera, but it's really good. Like it has food and stuff. Oh, what is it? What is it called? That KSI in their videos, they always go to it in their vlogs. Fuck, what's it called?
I don't know. I don't watch
It
this.
starts with an N. God damn it.
Nando's? Oh, cheeky Nando's.
Nando's, yeah. You want some cheeky Nando's there, yeah?
Not the worst I've ever heard. That weren't bad, actually.
Now I feel embarrassed. No. Someone's gonna Photoshop me with like a plate of Nando's and being obnoxious. I'll be wearing like Adidas track pants or something.
I can't believe you guys don't have Nando's out there. I thought it was an American thing. So there we go.
Every time I've seen it in a video, it genuinely looks delicious, and I get like upset.
It's alright. It's a bit cheeky. It's a cheeky Nando's.
Is it expensive?
No, it's cheap as fuck.
Really?
Oh.
They do good cocktails as well. I usually just hit the cocktail menu. Fuck eating the food.
Yeah, drinks. Yeah, Matt can't drink, but I can.
I can get rat-assed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
What was that? What was that? Did you say? You say right-assed?
Rat-assed. As in drunk.
I've never heard.
Wait, what?
Seriously? I'm gonna have to...
I swear,
You've never heard
this
that,
podcast has taught me so much lingo. Like, all right. So when I was at PAX, I met the Gamers Joint, who's a YouTuber I've been friends with for about a couple of years now. And when we were talking, like, I was talking about Lone a little bit, and we were talking about McDonald's in like New Zealand and Australia, and how I think it's called like Macca's or like like Macca's Breakers or something like that. I don't fucking know, but
Really?
all I know is that
We call it Mackie D's and stuff.
Mickey D's. Like, we're going on Mickey D run, and like Jared starts cracking up. He's like, yeah, you know, we say like you go on a Macca's run. I'm like sitting there like, I'm mind blown. Why change the name? Why not just make McDonald's universal? But whatever. So I swear.
Because it's really long, and especially Australians, they like to make everything shorter.
They're
and smaller.
lazy and just want to. No, I'm just kidding.
And they like
to. They just want to.
No, they just like giving everything
take the
nicknames.
piss, as Lone would say. Take the piss.
So, don't take the piss. That's another one. That's what we use in England as well, or the UK.
See, like,
I think actually Australian and English slang is quite similar, except for they say some really weird shit. Like, they name things that are just really strange.
Oh yeah, we had a whole conversation.
Nicknames that don't need nicknames.
Yeah,
you know,
we had a conversation about this, that they call flip flops thongs, and we're like, why?
Yeah.
What do you call?
Yeah,
we're like,
why
are you wearing thongs to the beach?
Yeah,
well, my question is, do they still call thongs thongs?
He said, yeah.
Not a G-string.
Do they call it a flip flop? I don't know.
Budgie smugglers are like.
You look good in those flip flops, girl.
You could, yeah. I mean, you could still call it a flip flop. I mean,
I like it.
I don't know. Would it work? I'm just waiting for Lone to come back at this point.
Yeah.
But
hello, how you going?
I mean, is he back?
Yes, I'm back.
Did you coffee up?
No, my girlfriend's here. Say hi.
How much is that?
Hi.
Hello, woman.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lone just
Woman,
like puts on like a
give me a
girl
sandwich.
voice, like hi. Like,
hello, I'm the girlfriend.
girlfriend.
No way. She'd slap me if I tried to impersonate her. Hi, gorgeous. How you going? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Fuck off, Noah.
Romance.
It's beautiful.
Anyway.
Oh, it's just a romance. No, I'm just kidding.
we were talking about workshop items before Lone disappeared, and we made fun of Australian slang.
Of course you did. When my back is turned.
Yeah. Stabbed you right there in the back, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So these leaked workshop items, like I said, they seem a lot more interesting than those offered in Wasteland Workshop. Like, they have a like, it seems to be like a railroad system of some form. It was called a ball track, but it was like straight ball track and like curved ball tracks. Kind of sounds Minecraft reminiscent. I think that sounded really cool. They had a
They have redstone too.
I hope so, bro. They had a manufacturing section with a conveyor belt under like a machinery thing. So I don't know if this is going to be like producing your own parts or something, like components in Fallout 4. That would be pretty cool.
Now I have a question. Okay, you mentioned the tracks. Okay, which obviously, assuming it will bring you places or bring things places, but you only have a certain area to build in. You know, you can't go beyond a certain amount. So what are you doing with those tracks? You just gonna build them in a circle?
I don't fucking know.
Maybe it's just to look pretty.
Have I broke this whole thing? Did Noah Pearson just win?
I'm thinking, like, I think we need to see the system in play. We'll assume that the ball track is to move something, not someone, maybe. And so perhaps you were building something on the conveyor belt, and that will move it to something else to put it out there. I don't know.
Todd is listening to this right now on his desk, and he's just going, "They just don't get it." You know, like
this does not work. What a bunch of fucking idiots!
Does not just work.
I've done no settlement building at all. I just
you don't like it?
Can't be asked.
I'm
really bad at building things. I'm just like, I'd rather go and explore and piss Deacon off and things like that, then
You love Deacon. Like,
I adore
Deacon.
Deacon. Yeah. I mean, I use the others, but Deacon's kind of like my go-to guy because he's hilarious. Best character ever.
Ryan Alosio.
That's the only reason. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm salty that he's not romanceable, but dance will have to do, I suppose.
I bet you there's a lot for that.
But Ryan,
I don't know if I'd do it though.
You listened to the podcast, you said, so I thought it was very interesting that how Deacon wasn't romanceable. We talked about it.
There's definitely a good reason for it. It doesn't mean I'm still not salty though.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying. I'm sitting there thinking like it's pretty crazy how they like kind of removed that option because of his backstory. Like I thought that was.
Like, get the fuck on the bed
good,
right now.
But I can still sulk just because like. How dare they give me a really fun character that I can't shag? What the fuck?
I love that adjective.
All right, Austin Goldmember over here.
I know. I was gonna say. Did you just say Austin Goldmember?
Wait. What the fuck's his name? Austin Powers. I'm thinking.
You mean Austin Powers?
Yeah. I think Goldmember was the movie. Wait, what's the
movie?
Okay.
He's got it so right.
Fuck.
Oh fuck.
I hate fucking
Shagalicious.
Austin Goldmember.
Austin Goldmember, dude. I know movies, bro. That's why I watch them all the time.
I love that movie.
It's funny.
This turned into.
What's funny is that's like the only Austin Powers movie I've seen, but yeah. Anyway.
Austin fucking. Your accent sometimes. I want to punch you. You have a punchable face. I just fucking want to punch you.
What the fuck?
Don't pretend. You upload a Twitter video and you were just like, fuck you, Lone. We do this all the time. By the way, guys, when we engage in banter on Twitter, we don't actually hate each other.
Yeah, it's fake.
It's fucking joking.
It's fake, says the guy who just out of nowhere went, Austin, oh God, I want to fucking hit you. Like, Noah does the same thing to me all the time. He's just like, God, if I just fucking punch you in the face.
He wants to hit you in the most loving way.
Noah says the same thing. He just said it.
Yeah, like, why does
everyone friends do?
Because I've said it for years to you. Like, you used to come on Xbox and you'd be like, what's up? And I'd be like, I just want to fucking kill you.
I don't get it. Why does everyone want to hit me?
I love it.
Did someone explain what is punchable about my face?
I used to want to do the same to Connor, so if it makes you feel any better.
I'd
tell it to Connor.
And he'll give you a big list of why.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to.
Because you're successful.
Maddie, we actually love you.
I'm trying to figure it out, though. Why?
It's just, I don't know. Sometimes you
my like jawline.
That chiseled jawline of yours.
I found. Speaking of smug, I found a fucking. I'm literally like, my friend was like, "Have you ever Googled yourself?" I'm like, I haven't. No. I Googled myself, and lo and behold, one of the fucking first things I find is a Reddit post. It's from like a year ago, and it was. I had Rob delete it because I was like, I don't want this to be one of the first things someone sees. It wasn't even upvoted, which is the weird thing, but it was literally called Mr. Maddie thinks he's top shit. I was just, and it's a post about me, people thinking like I'm cocky. He's like, he has like at the time I was dating someone. They're like, he has a girlfriend, and he talks about her a lot. I was like, all right.
How dare he get laid?
Yeah, what? Oh, fuck me, bro. I'm sorry. Your life is lonely. Fuck. But yeah.
I'm gonna Google you, Matt. I want to see
Maddie,
the
You're
image.
not allowed to.
Oh my god.
Just what? Let me type this shit in.
The Google images of just Mr. Maddie plays that
all
comes
memes.
up is beautiful.
All memes.
This is itself a work of art, genuinely. Oh my god.
My god, you look really young in some of these.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, Matt. I'm astounded at this.
One of Shaggy's
There's Nissan.
I can kind of see the. I can see a likeness.
Oh, guys, Maddie, I found that thread you were talking about, and then someone mentions me. This is what they say. I'm not even joking. It annoys me how LoneVaultWanderer thinks that he's so important that he can't tell people his real name or show us what he looks like.
Oh my
god!
God.
That's the reason, jackass.
Oh my god!
To be fair, there are a lot of crazy bastards online that do some really weird shit. I can see why you
need to make an internet
anonymous.
test so that idiots can't get on. That's what I.
What's the reason? I didn't hear.
He said that apparently it's because I think I'm so important that I just don't disclose my. Yeah, Noah agrees.
It's not. What it is that basically he's Quasimodo and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want people seeing him. Don't look at me. I'm hideous.
When you Google me, you find.
And that's why I'm not on either.
From an old video I did. Oh my god, that's a really old picture.
Hey,
you find a picture of me in the hospital.
Noah, I really want to buy this particular airsoft gun. and I'm wondering if there's a review about it. Can you link me to a video?
Oh, if the day you do a face reveal, the day I will open that channel up to everyone.
Fuck you.
That's such a fair trade.
That's not a fair.
No, it is because when you see that,
you will spend hours. It's
Son
great.
of a bitch.
It's great stuff.
Anyways, moving on.
Maybe your girlfriend will convince you. Lone.
Yeah, because that's a theme with these bloody people like Noah. I only watch Attack on Titan thanks to my girlfriend.
Yeah, I went to go make a joke against Noah, and I
True.
just see him respond saying, "Yeah, my girlfriend got me into it, and it's honestly fantastic." Fantastic.
But she did.
He called an anime fantastic. I couldn't believe my eyes.
It's good. I like it. It's fun.
Matty, if his girlfriend introduced him to the Vita, the same shit would happen. All right.
No. Well, okay. There's been some other.
He's even considering it.
There's been other animes she's talked about, but I haven't been too interested in them. I think Tokyo Ghoul was one of them. I was like,
it's an alright one.
It sounds cool. I mean,
She's open to
cool, but I
trying
wasn't
things, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
as long as they won't hurt me.
I don't know.
What's a fucking anime gonna hurt you?
It's not hurt me.
It might warp his poor innocent mind or something. There's some weird shit out there.
There is some weird shit out there.
There's always
I think I've probably seen most of it.
There's always once an episode. There's always some type of sexual, complete fucking
Tentacle porn.
Yeah.
Well, people
look
don't
at
like
these giant
No, that's
anime
the thing,
titties,
right.
something like that. It's like you cannot not look at this, and it's like, oh, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Why? How do you tell someone to do that for their job?
Well, even something potentially
If they get
as
paid, people do
innocuous as Dragon Ball. Have you watched some of the original Dragon Ball episodes? There's some shit in there, man. There is some shit.
There's some shit in there. It's a good show.
No,
though.
I'm not even. All right, one example is Goku when he's a kid, and one of these, I think it was Bulma, was like, "I'll let you do this if you I'll let you touch my ass if you do this."
Ooh.
And this guy's Goku's a kid at the time. It's
Kid
fucked up
Goku's
shit.
seen some shit, dude.
Did you get Goku seen some
Holy
shit?
shit. Porkinson's day one. Fuck.
Anyway.
So
It wasn't just Dragon Balls he was dealing with, clearly.
So, the other leak is that there's going to be new Children of Adam themed face paints. A YouTuber by the name of the Gamer Plug found this information when he went into the console commands. He discovered that there was stuff called I'm trying to remember some of the names of them, but they were all Children of Adam themed names, very clearly Adam's Enlightenment, stuff like that, saying that there's going to be these types of face paints, but there was no texture to them, so we don't know what they look like. But they're definitely.
And what's the purpose of them? Any idea? Are they gonna?
Well, people started kind of.
So they're just there to look pretty, or
people kind of started speculating, are we going to be able to join them now? Most of the comments were fuck them. I already killed most of them anyway. They're really annoying. So, there's that. But for me, I thought it'd be kind of an interesting idea to join them because you see them in Fallout 3 and you see Confessor Cromwell and Megaton, and you're like, fuck this guy. He's not going anywhere in life. And all of a sudden, Fallout 4 happens and they are a giant cult. They have spread. They're actually a thing now. And it's very interesting where I was like...
they're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I kind of what happens if I do join them? And so I definitely would toy around with that idea. I think it'd be kind of cool.
If it would stop me getting radiation poisoning, I'd join.
Yeah.
If there's something for that, because God knows it's annoying.
No, definitely.
Stomping around in bloody power armor everywhere. I can't stand power armor. It just slows me down.
In Fallout 4, I kind of agree. It's I don't know.
I love it.
There'll be times where I'm used to wearing it, and then there'll be times where I'm I haven't. This is just fucking annoying.
I get stuck indoors and things. I'm oh, fuck this.
The one thing
Especially
about power
down,
armor is the HUD. The HUD is just it
I wish
takes
you
a
could
puff.
turn that
It's
off.
atrocious.
I wish you could turn it off.
I don't like how everything turns to that yellow too. I like.
And even when you turn off opacity,
it
still has the dials.
Yeah, I noticed that.
get
Yeah,
that.
I've tried that before for videos. I've been in power armor and I'm like, oh, I want to turn off the HUD, and it's still all there. It's fuck off.
There are mods for that, as always. So.
Yeah, but it's that's one of the weird things.
Thank God for mods.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Is there a mod to take Dance's armor off yet? Because he does get stuck in the way of everything.
I know,
It's
and sometimes you just want to rip it off and
I've
just fuck him.
seen plenty
What?
of
That wasn't on my mind because
It was on my
I was-
mind,
I was-
Emma. It
Oh,
was
really?
on my mind.
Well, have at it. I'm sure you really enjoy it. I get I take him places and then I get stuck in an elevator because his fucking armor's in the way, and I'm just like, what?
You just want to take his clothes off.
Yeah, just ravish him right there in the elevator.
no, there's
damn it.
I saw
try to get mad.
I followed this artist who's really into Fallout, Lara J Art. She has posted multiple screenshots of dance without his armor on, I thought it was just kind of like a thing. Like, I thought you could just tell him to get out of it or something like that.
No, I've tried. I mean, I think you can do it via console command, but then it makes his arms go really long and he looks stupid.
Oh,
but,
I saw a photo of that. That was funny.
it's hilarious.
I think I see it too. It's like, whoa.
It's like everything shrinks down and he's got really long arms and really long legs.
Oh,
It's
God.
really weird.
Outstanding. You know, it's like, Jesus.
Stuff for nightmares.
Excellent.
The last bit of Fallout 4 news that we have for this week is that Update 1.5 is coming to consoles this week. So for you PS4 and Xbox One owners, that means that basically survival mode is coming your way. How
Awesome.
enthralling that you guys will finally be able to experience what survival mode really is.
Shout out to my buddy Mike in my writing class who wrote a whole article about survival mode in Fallout 4. No joke.
Did you like it?
What was his quick opinion?
I read it. I liked it.
No, I'm saying, did he like the mode?
Yeah, he was talking about like the challenges of it.
Did he like the mode?
I just answered your fucking question.
You said he liked the challenges. Did he like the mode?
The challenges.
What was
that
the final
mode
verdict?
adds. What are you doing?
Is that a yes or no question?
I think we
Yes,
found out why
I
people want to
answered.
punch you, dude.
She said it. That's it. That's exactly the reason. You smart
God.
bastard.
I bet every developer.
Sorry,
you
guys.
met
I'm
was
fucking.
like, fuck
yeah.
this thing.
Each developer I met, I said, "What's up? I'm Mr. Matty. I'm top shit." And that's how
Yeah.
I introduced myself each time. And like when I handed my business card, it went Mr. Matty, YouTube, Twitch streamer, and top shit. Yeah. And that's how I introduce myself all the time.
But in terms of survival mode, I think the person who had the best opinion of it, and I agree, is Gopher, who says, look, there are some of these features that are hard and some of these features that are just unnecessarily tedious. And that's my opinion, and of course people can differ. And I think being able to chop and change what exactly is in the survival mode would be a good thing. So for example, for me, when I don't have, I don't, Matty doesn't agree, but
Nope.
when I only have maybe a couple of hours, even in a week, to play Fallout 4, when I have to sit down and just walk everywhere, and that's taking up most of my time, that's a bit tedious for me personally. And when I play, I only have so much time because I want to do some quests or I want to do something a bit more important and not just have to walk back to my base for 2 hours. You know what I mean? That's just...
I suppose it's supposed to be more realistic.
Of
So,
course,
you know,
I
in real life you
understand
can't
that.
teleport, but you know.
Yeah, I get that.
It's still a
but
pain in the arse.
what I think would be, I think more interesting is if you had kind of like a rundown motorcycle that you could only fast travel by
that would be
going to
good.
that cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you could have left your cycle 2 towns over, so you need to go back to it.
I like
Or
that
roller
idea.
blade
They
around
should.
it, so
Yeah,
it's
no.
faster.
It's literally they should have just. If that's a good idea, because what they should have done is basically what the Highwayman was in Fallout 2. Where
Yep.
it's like you have to supply it with fuel, which I think was part of your ammo. Actually,
You
I
have
think,
to
think
maintain it as well.
yeah, you have to maintain it. But I think it used fusion cells if I remember correctly. But if you like leave it somewhere, it stays there. And so if you want to,
Yep.
and it gets you around the map so fast. So if you really need to keep track of it. And there's actually a part in New Reno where it gets taken, and you can absolutely leave it there in New Reno and just forget all about it. But it's a part of a quest to like get it back. So I think it would have been cool to maybe include something along those lines, like a motorcycle or something, like you said, that you can find. There's actually a mod called Fallout 4 Pro Skater, and it gives you a skateboard so that when you want to fast travel, you just click on that and you can go where
So
you want.
lame.
So you can't actually just skate around.
I
'cause that would be hilarious.
wish if they
I'd
added
play
like
that.
kick
The
flips
game
and
would
stuff.
crash straight away. I guarantee it.
Dude, if you could
I want
skateboard-
rollerblades in Fallout.
Yeah, just
Of course you do not.
rollerblade
Yeah.
across
Just like,
Commonwealth. I think that'd be cool.
No.
and then it turns into, or like a skateboard, and then it turns into Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4.
We get like a Segway. Just Segway.
Or a Segway. A Swagway, bro.
Just imagine
Sidemen,
Noah
sub
with
for
roller
sub.
skates and just eating
kidding.
some ice cream like he does.
Okay. What? Lone?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
You
I love
know
you.
what is fucking whatever what is it? Swagway? Is that what they're called?
Swagway. It's a swagway. Yeah.
They're the fucking things that all the trendy kids who wear joggers are getting.
I just
There's a
pictured,
trendy
I,
kid
pictured,
wearing
I
a
literally just
jogger.
pictured you in that type of outfit with ice cream now. Just riding one. Just like,
Like, what's
so
up,
long,
bro?
just no.
What's up, fam? Fam.
What's up, dude?
Go
Next
to the next segment,
piece
please.
of news. Shh, Lone, shh. Elder Scrolls Legends revealed again.
Oh, triggered. Fucking triggered. You son of a bitch. and you wonder why I say you have a punchable face, you prick.
See, I'm not into Elder Scrolls really. So, like, you say again, what's the deal with that?
It was revealed. Elder Scrolls Legends was revealed at E3, and then they didn't talk about it for a year, and now it was re-revealed for PAX East. It was playable. I played it, but yeah, it was.
What do you think of it?
It was alright.
It doesn't matter what you think.
What's that from?
The Rock.
Smacks
WWE
coffee
coin.
cup out of hand.
It doesn't matter what you think. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, for me, I enjoyed it. You've played a lot of Hearthstone, so I'm curious to see your thoughts on that game when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see my thoughts too.
Bunch of scumbags.
No, but yes, I have played Hearthstone.
It looked very reminiscent of Hearthstone. I never played it, but I said like that's just the best comparison. Like it's almost a carbon copy. Just on paper, looking at it, like they're side by side, they look the fucking same. Now,
well, Hearthstone is a simplified version of Magic, and Magic is Magic. So, does it still use like that mana system and all that kind of stuff?
There's a mana system.
It's probably just its own thing.
There's probably differentiations. Like I said in my video, I was like, I'm not a card game expert, but like you put out like player cards, I call them, which are like, you know, characters in the universe, and you have like things that increase their attack by 2 or whatever, and it's just you just keep drawing cards and hopefully you get lucky, and then you try to attack that like home base, I guess you could call it. I don't know what it's called. That
it sounds like it's basic thing, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, like any other card game, but just with like an Elder Scrolls twist on it.
Yeah.
Paint job on it.
Don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I wouldn't go like crazy over it or like over that concept.
I think it'll appeal to a specific niche of people. But
yeah, I mean, if you're super into card games, you'll probably be like super excited for this, but I don't know. I'm not super into card games, so I'd play them, but
yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I said that I think this game needs to launch next to something kind of exciting in Elder Scrolls so that it can at least get some type of player base. At least that's
kind of like the
Fallout Shelter.
The one, what's that? Shelter, yeah, there you go.
You know, I thought that was an exciting idea, and granted, they don't have the element of surprise with Legends, but still, I think if they were like, "Hey, it's available now," after announcing something cool in ES, that might work in their advantage. I don't know.
Cool.
And then the last piece of Bethesda news we have for this week is that basically they did a big preview event thing for Doom. And they did about a couple of hours of single-player gameplay, and they showed some more stuff on Snap Map. It literally, as we're recording this podcast, it like just happened. So we don't really have the insides on what exactly happened, other than the fact that I saw IGN post a video. I was sitting there thinking to myself, what the fuck is this? They were like, here's a sneak peek at the ending of Doom. I was just mind blown.
What?
Yeah, I swear. Go look. And
the ending.
Yeah, the
Why
ending.
would they do that?
There's no way Bethesda streamed the ending.
I swear. I didn't click on it because I don't want to ruin it. They're like,
so wait, they did stream the ending though, or well, we don't know if we didn't watch.
I don't think they.
So...
No, they didn't stream it. But
do you want me to have a look? Since
maybe like the end level or something like that.
All right, yeah. If you want to look, ability, maybe see if it's.
You got the link there.
That's very strange.
Literally was
because we can't give them shit if it's nothing
like
if it's nothing crazy.
3 hours ago. 3 hours ago. Here's a sneak peek, or spoilers. Here's a sneak peek at the final level in Doom.
Okay, final level. That's a bit.
Oh, the level. That's a bit different. If it's like the actual ending, then.
Well,
but I still feel like the level should still kind of be.
That's like
the surprise factor in it.
But you know they are saying, look, spoilers. This is the end level, and watch it.
Like it's out. Like I just don't. To me, that makes no sense.
That's out of character for Bethesda.
Yeah, I mean, okay, a good point that
maybe they just went ahead and did it, you know?
A good point that someone brought up to me was that, well, they kind of did the same with Fallout 4. In the trailer, you saw, like, you know, the Pride one crashing or whatever, and you saw, like, the...
they did the same for...
But it wasn't in context, so we didn't really know what was going on.
Exactly. That's what I said, too. I was like, you know, yeah, they did, but it wasn't, like, until it happened, we weren't like, oh, I see what this is now.
And things blow up all the time. That could have been anything, for all we knew.
Whereas in Doom, it's like this is the final area you're going to be in the game. Come watch it. And to me, I'm just like
I don't know if you guys watched the third trailer of Batman vs Superman, where they kind of just told the entire movie.
Yeah.
In a 3-minute trailer. Yeah.
Really?
I wasn't going to watch that anyway, so I wasn't bothered. But
yeah. All right, go Noah. What do you want?
Nothing.
What?
Man,
what is this? Hang on.
It's just a lot of photoshops of a
no, it's
picture,
just
but anyways, we can keep talking.
Image. This is excellent. John Cena. Sorry, guys.
But anyways,
this is
we need
bad
to keep talking. But I'm sorry, I just did this. Okay. Anyways.
Moving on.
Oh my god.
Well, otherwise, that wraps up our Bethesda news roundup. And now it's on to what we're playing, our favorite gaming news bit. So who would like to go first?
I'll quickly go first because I don't have much to say. I haven't been playing anything because I haven't really had the chance. But thank you, Maddie. But the news, which is something that's really, really cool, is about Australia in particular. And I know it might not be relevant for you guys, but it happened to Canada in the past as well, and it's really, really important. So recently, the Senate has officially supported the games development industry in Australia in the form of like a producer tax offset, in the form of a games fund where developers can actually receive money to make a game. And I think it's pretty cool that there's actual government support in that regard, and hopefully something comes from it.
That is
it
very
not a
cool.
big deal out in Australia then?
That's the thing. It's very expensive and obviously time consuming. But the way that games are developed is because there's such a long period of development, such as several years, that having a tax offset is really beneficial, as is being able to keep your own employees, and they can't do that with staff retention because we don't have any big studios out here. The last studio that we had out here that actually helped develop BioShock Infinite and Borderlands, a pre-sequel, 2K, they closed down, and now it's just a bunch of indie studios. So it never really been viable. It's been so expensive to develop games here. But hopefully something comes from this recommendation, and that maybe we can get these studios back in, such as a Ubisoft, because I have studios around the world, such as a 2K again. So
that is very cool, though, to hear that the love of gaming is spreading. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah, but that was just my quick news.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I don't really have news, but I've been playing The Witcher 3 for the past week consistently and not really stopped. Just because I never got to play it like back in the day because I didn't have time.
Oh, so this is your first time through? Because I've been seeing your tweets.
Well, I was finishing off.
And like
I started it like last year when it came out, and then never got around to finishing it.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll pick it up now. I've got some time.
That's.
I think the new DLC is supposed to be coming out soon, so I suppose finishing it now was a good sort of timing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I did the same thing with just not as long, but like for Witcher 3, I picked it up, played it for a month straight, nonstop, and then like Batman came out. And I was just like, oh, shit, well, I am a bigger Batman fan than I am a Witcher fan, to tell you the truth. And so I played that. Didn't get back into The Witcher until about August. Beat it. And then, like, I just have so much stuff left to do in The Witcher 3. And it's, like, it's exciting.
When
I think about it, I get excited. I'm like, oh, my God, there's so much to do. But it's like, I know I'm never going to go play it all because it's just too much. And I want to play new games and stuff. So,
well, I mean, the best thing about the game is that even the side quests all kind of tie in not only to the environment but to the bigger storyline, which I like. So
yeah,
because a lot of games I find, especially RPGs, recently have kind of failed on that aspect. I'm not referring to Fallout 4, although that could do with some work. But specifically like Dragon Age Inquisition, the side quest disappointed me on that. There was too much.
Thank you.
Too many pretty environments and not enough to do in them.
Dude,
main story fantastic, but the rest, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah,
and that's hard for me to say because I am like such a BioWare whore.
I love BioWare too.
So is Matt.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love BioWare too. So yeah,
Matt's just a whore. What?
Oh,
that's true.
Oh yeah, say what? Like no one heard you, dude. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying though is that I really liked Inquisition as well, but man, the side quests, like they were very fetch questy. They were almost like an MMO. Like collect 3 of this, bring it back.
Get me 37 sheep tails to get to the night. It's like no, stop.
Have 20
like
bear asses.
Another settlement needs your help.
Break these vases.
My God.
Yeah, fuck off, Preston.
Do you see in the Bethesda net trailer how they like said like more quests from Preston finally, like
oh no,
and then they did like the horse armor one as well. Like it was so funny. It was
funny. That was funny.
Are they gonna be fun quests?
No, like it was a troll from Bethesda. Like they were just fucking making fun of themselves. Basically, they were just like, yeah, we know you guys bitch all the time. Shut the fuck up. Like that's basically what they were saying.
That's why I give them credit for taking like and saying like. Yeah, we know
they copied on the chin and then roll with the punches. It's pretty good.
But it's
Can I go with my
though.
favorite?
It is funny. No, I agree. It's fucking hilarious.
If I was him, I'd run with it as like an in joke, just to have him request really stupid things for you to do.
Yeah. Noah, you interrupt all the time. So when it happens to you,
no, shut up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Can you please? So realistically, my news. Lionhead Studios has officially closed down.
That's
Those
sad.
are the
Oh,
studios
shit,
that brought us
really?
Fable.
Oh man,
That's a UK studio, correct?
Yep,
it is.
I believe so. And it is gone. It is dead. Rest in pleases. And my game, I've been playing Rocket League because Rocket League actually came
I
out
played
with
that recently.
came out with a new
B-ball.
basketball mode. Yeah,
Is it
and it's
good?
pretty fucking hard. It's only 2v2 right now, which is kind of weird. I'd like it to be like 3v3 or 4v4, or at least 3v3.
Okay.
But it's 2v2 right now, and it's definitely challenging. Definitely challenging.
It's a throwback
But
to
it's
the
pretty
time that before Noah moved out to Arizona, we played basketball, and he channeled some random energy and managed to score a ton, a ton of points.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, whoa, dude! It's surprising the 6'3" dude fucking is good at basketball.
No, I was just saying that you were hitting jump shots left and right. I was just sitting there like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Imagine if I played hockey with you guys, Matt. But no, I'm just kidding. That's because I live 2,000 miles away.
Yeah. Don't guilt me. Don't ever do that.
Don't guilt me. I'm sorry.
For me personally,
Okay.
my favorite news bit, not really relevant to gaming, but it's very good news for everyone, is that the YouTube announced their whole new stance on tackling copyright claims.
Still bollocks.
Fucking.
It's much better than.
All right.
If we talk about this, we're gonna get in depth. This is gonna get in depth.
No, but Lone, you watch Funhouse's
Yes.
YouTube podcast, right? Did you see the one where they talked about YouTube copyright claim?
I didn't. Like, it was
Okay,
an
they
old
have
one,
some
or-
really good points on that.
What do they say?
And they I don't remember.
Okay, that's great.
So-
I assume this is what
Hold
I
on.
assume. I
No,
assume
it's-
that the Funhouse crew would have been leaning on the side that this is the law and YouTube.
Yes, that is more the way they're kind of going with it. You know, if you use something that you don't own and it's not fair use, then
Look,
you're gonna get hit
I
with
agree
it.
with that. I completely
that's fair
agree.
enough.
Okay, and this whole system of content ID and copyright strikes came from the fact that YouTube got sued for a stupid amount of money by Viacom, right? And it makes complete sense for on the YouTube side to want to protect their interests. But this is what I would say personally. They are making money off content creators that are getting fucked in the ass by illegitimate content ID claims. And the problem
And that's
is...
where the problem is.
And that's
Yeah,
where the problem
I
is.
agree.
And specifically, YouTube is doing more than what the law actually states. And the reason why I say that is because there is not... Like, when people content strike a video of yours, that's not a legitimate DMCA claim. It's, in fact, it does more than what a DMCA claim actually does. And also, as well, the fact that when somebody says, all right, this is my video, and they get all the revenue until you dispute it and successfully get it back, which could take up to a month or even longer, even if in the end that video is actually yours, or for all that time, the other person gets the money. And that's definitely an unfair scenario. And that's what this specific update addresses. And I'm really, really glad that it does. But when people say that, oh, this is YouTube following the law and protecting themselves, I agree that it is. Sometimes they stretch a little too far.
But
I mean, this new idea, as great as it is, the problem is that it's still not addressing all these illegitimate copyright claims. Like, for example, on one of my videos, and it wasn't earning much, so I wasn't bothered, but they claimed that one piece of music was something else, and it was a completely different piece of music. And I was like, look, that's not the music that
I've
you're
had
playing
it as well.
to me.
I've had
And
someone
they were
claim a video
And
of
they
mine.
said, tough shit, you know, it's mine now. And I was like, but it's not. And then funnily enough, the actual people who own the music then tried to claim it. I was like, you guys can just fight this out yourself because fuck this.
Like, I had
But
this
I mean,
similar
you know,
as well.
what are they...
With,
it's not going to solve that problem, is it? So.
No, with a Fallout 4 trailer. I had a Fallout 4 trailer in one of my videos, and someone that wasn't Bethesda claimed it. Like, and this is the thing though, because there's so much content being uploaded to YouTube, a content ID automatic system is necessary. No one can expect reasonably for an individual
to sit down and go through everything.
Like, it's just physically impossible. Right? There's hundreds of hours of content uploaded daily or hourly or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But at least this is a step in the right direction. And it's funny because it came in the midst of last week, I believe, the music industry saying YouTube doesn't do enough to protect copyright. So there are so many competing interests here that YouTube is doing its best, I will say.
But I like what they've done.
I mean, it's just trying to do something.
To at least hold the revenue until you can find out who deserves it is the least that they can do. And I think that's a fair stance on it.
It's completely fair.
And
I agree
so
with that.
At least they're bothering. I didn't think they would, to be honest.
Well, because
I
for
thought they'd
me,
just leave it as is.
I've never had like a big video ever get claimed, but I've had tiny older videos get claimed. And usually what I do is I'll private it or I'll just delete it, to tell you the truth. I'm just like, I can't be fucking bothered with this.
And there's no point, because this is another policy on YouTube side that I think stretches too far. If you get a copyright claim and you dispute it, if it comes back, if the other person is like, no, I actually disagree, I want to keep this implemented, then you can actually get a strike at that stage.
Yeah.
So if a content ID has content ID in one of your videos and you dispute it and they fail, they can actually strike your channel. And that's a problem, because why is it at that stage that I can't, if I personally think I can dispute this, that you're going to strike my channel when initially you didn't? Why? If people are being disincentivized to dispute, and I get that, but the thing is, it's wrong. Say if I personally wanted to dispute that Fallout 4 trailer footage, and the person that did it wanted to be an asshole and said, you know what, no, we're going to put a strike on your channel. That's a bad scenario. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah. But for me, when like I was saying, is like, I haven't had a big video claim, but when it's like a little one, I usually just, what's it called? I usually, pardon me, just delete it or whatever. Yeah, just turn it off, whatever. I'm just like, fuck these guys then. Especially when it's an older video, I'm like, this isn't generating anything for me, a penny at most. So, but when it comes to now, I will actually, if someone tries to, it makes people think twice is the big deal here, is that now you can't just go strike this, strike that, this is ours. You can't just do that now, because now we have a chance. You're not going to make your money, and we have a chance to prove you wrong. And I think that's going to bring things down.
I think the system is they will earn money when they dispute it until you dispute back. So say if your video, Maddie, for example, gets claimed, right? They will earn money until the day you decide to dispute back. And then it goes into the holding account.
Okay.
So at least on your side, there's still a bit of that disincentive. Well, do I dispute back or do I not? And you might not want to do that if in return you might get striked for it, which I think is unfair.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway.
As for me,
this is a topic that could come.
You know what they could fix? The fucking sub count. Have you seen it go mad recently?
Oh, I always keep an eye on it. Maddie doesn't, but there's been issues.
What, for content claims?
No, for the sub count.
The sub count just goes mental. You'll gain, say you've got like 5 subscribers, and then lose like 100 just out of the blue, and it's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Am I just crap, or is it just YouTube fucking up kind of thing?
What happens is every time it happens to me, I go check Maddie's sub count to see if it's the same thing, and it usually is.
I've been. Usually someone says, "Oh, fuck it all," and I go, "Oh, okay, YouTube."
I kind of pay attention to like the steady climb and everything, but like I more so pay attention to interaction. I see if my comments and my likes are still the same, because to me that's kind of what matters. I do care about views. I've said that to Lone a bunch of times, but I'm not like. How do I word it? It's not like my sole focus, but you always want your channel to do well. I always
keep an eye on it. I guess.
Exactly. And you'd be a silly creator to not do that and not try to push the most views you could get. But for me, it's about like, all right, am I still getting those same amounts of thumbs ups and likes and comments rather? And that's the issue I keep an eye on. But anyway, that is our. Oh wait, my bad. The game I'm playing, I actually have it right here. I saw it at PAX East, and it was a really cool team of developers. It was an indie game called 20XTX, and we were just walking around the show floor, and they kind of stopped us. They're like, "Hey, what's going on? You want to try out the game?" And we had nowhere to go at the time. I think it was like around 5-ish, so our fan meetups were done, and we had about an hour and a half until the floor closed. So we were like, "Sure." And so it was a co-op Mega Man roguelike. And I'm not a big fan of roguelikes, really. It's basically like where you just see how far you can get, and you gradually level up your character as you go. And it's all about making the longest run. I'm not a fan of them, but I love fucking Mega Man. I not like diehard, like I have the Legacy Collection and all the old ones and stuff. But growing up, like Mega Man X7, X8, those are some of my favorite games, man. They were so damn good.
Yeah.
And this game is like just like that, but except it's, like I said, co-op, which is a lot of fun. Online co-op, local co-op. Right now it's only on PC. It's kind of in like an early access, but it seems like it's basically close to being finished. But yeah, and like I said, it's good old fashioned Mega Man, where like once you go to the end of the level, you finish off a boss and you can pick up either their type of weapon that they have to use in newer levels, or you can use like new augments, which like change how fast you shoot, how high you jump, how fast you run and stuff. And it's so fucking addicting. It's so fun. And like I said, number one, I'm not a big fan of roguelikes, and number two, I'm not a big fan of early access games ever, but I fucking like this game a lot. And the dev team is really cool and gave me, Connor, and Ivan each a code for the game. We're going to stream it at some point soon, probably in the next couple of weeks, because they were just so cool about it. And like I said, the game is mad fun, and I think it's only like $11 on Steam right now. And it's usually on an even cheaper deal during the sale, but it's a really good time. Cool. And if you're looking into, anyone listening out there, a good indie game, and you're into Mega Man, and you have a friend who's into Mega Man as well, then this is a game that might be up your alley. XTX, but it's spelled out 20XX. It's pronounced XTX.
Oh. What I wanted to ask you about at this stage, actually, Matty, is Ratchet and Clank. How is it? That was a game that I loved on the PS2. And apparently it's been getting pretty good reviews.
Oh, dude, that's probably... I'm trying to think of, like... I really liked XCOM 2 this year, but I'm thinking, like, that's probably my favorite game of the year so far.
Yes, right.
It's nostalgic, but it's in a way that it blends in a lot of stuff from previous Ratchet and Clank games.
Does it still have like the new game plus mode where you finish and then
they called it challenge mode is what they called it, and you start up a new game, you have all your leveled up stuff, you get the bolt multiplier and stuff. I got the platinum trophy for it. It was like I could not put that game down until I got it. It took a couple of weeks on and off playing, mind you. But it was such a great game, really. I really liked it a lot. And it is apparently Insomniac just released a press thing on how it was the fastest selling Ratchet and Clank game ever, which is really cool.
Insane.
Which is really cool to show that it's not only a thriving franchise still, but that there's still a lot of life left in it as well.
Yeah.
Which means that
hasn't YouTubers been having trouble actually uploading that. Apparently the videos are being taken down by various sources. Yeah, from what I've seen, loads of people have had content claims on it and all sorts.
Real quick, I don't mean to interrupt, but I do actually have to head out now as my plans originally are popping back up. So I will see you guys later. I'm sorry about that. The thing is, it was a time difference, so it was like I didn't realize we were recording.
We still hate you. No, it's
I'm sorry. I apologize.
They're never going to talk to you again now.
Take care.
Goodbye, guys.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Anime
chill. Just in time for the fan questions. I'm actually surprised he's missing out on fan questions.
Yeah, pussy is pussy, right? Anyway, fan question time. So let's talk about. This is a good question. This comes from Mr. Swaggy Booty. I really like this question because it goes anywhere.
That's a name and a half.
Yeah, right?
Lovely.
What game within the last 3 years would you like to see a sequel to? That's a really good question, right?
That's a great question.
I know one.
What?
Deadly Premonition. I would love there to be a sequel for that. There's supposed to be, but I don't think it's going to happen. If you've not played it, it's like Twin Peaks meets, I don't know, batshit insane. It's the strangest game I've ever played, but it's amazing.
Okay.
It's by Swery. Have you heard of him?
No, I haven't. But
it's so good. So good.
I know, I've heard of Deadly Premonition though, yeah.
It's so weird.
All right.
If that got a sequel, I would play the arse off of it. Or maybe like a prequel. I don't know.
Last 3 years, that's dating back to about 2013. Wow.
Tell me that Spec Ops: The Line came out within that period.
Oh man, that'd be a good one, Lone.
That'd be good to see.
Let me see. Hold on. Spec Ops.
I think it was 2013. Maybe I'm way off.
2012. June 26, 2012.
That's not fair. Extend the question. That's my answer.
Let me go to my Steam library real quick. I want to give a good answer for this one here.
For the 90% of games I haven't played.
Yeah, right. The games that I saw, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. Hold on, I have to type in.
I have so many games on Steam that I haven't played, and I keep buying games.
Yeah, I have. So I'll buy this, and I'll just never fucking play it.
It's like, it's $2. Like, what do I have to lose?
Yep.
$2 alone.
Because it's one of those things that just stares you in the face. You're like, I'd be dumb to pass this up.
I might play that, yeah, and then you just never do.
Yeah, well, I bought the entire Borderlands collection. Why?
Oh, God, so
I told you not to. Oh, hold on. Let me just double check the release date on this one. I'll have your answer. Hold on.
Yeah, but just say it. Who cares?
Fuck! 2012.
Who cares? What is it?
It still counts.
Sleeping
What is it?
Dogs.
Still good.
Sleeping Dogs.
That's a good answer.
That game, man, is so fucking good, and there hasn't been a sequel. This is like the definition of a hidden gem for so long for me. Oh, I got an even better one. Hold on, let me double check this one.
Who cares about the date?
I do. I like to be fair.
Fuck.
All right, this is 2013 as well. May 14th, 2013. So it fits in our 3-year period as well. Metro Last Light.
Good one.
Ooh, yes.
Good one.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm surprised there hasn't been, actually.
Yeah, right?
Well, technically, it is a sequel, right?
A
They
sequel
can do
to
it
the
like a
sequel, you know?
turn it into a trilogy. Or
We
whatever.
want a sequel of the sequel, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are great games, especially the Redux. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Sorry,
I was
I
impressed.
didn't realize it was gonna go silent.
Not even-
So I had to.
fucking
I had to stall and like just call you out. Let's see here. Right now, what we're doing is what we sometimes do on the podcast, which is just going through Twitter live as we record and picking out questions.
All right.
So,
Yeah, because Maddie was 40 minutes late, so he didn't.
Yeah.
I'll say it again.
What's
I'm
the
looking at the
hashtag
questions
so I
now.
can have a look.
If you go to Maddie's Twitter
All right.
and then just click on that link.
Yeah,
Or that
or
tweet.
just type in #Ham Radio Time. You can just go through those.
Okay.
Okay, this is a good one. If you could have any perk from Fallout 4, what would it be and why? That's a good.
Oh fuck.
That's a good one. Like in real life, I'm assuming. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Let me just search Fallout 4 perks, refresh my memory. You know that you're a Fallout fan if you don't know all the perks.
No, I'm trying to go through all of them. Like, what would be genuinely useful? I'm thinking down the endurance line right now because I'm trying to think like.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
getting
would be-
like perks of cheaper stuff when you go to merchants and shopping and things. That would
good
be
one.
I
handy.
was about to
That's a
say
good one,
maybe right when I said that I'm like actually
Save a bit of money.
charisma maybe
Charisma would also be
something
I think
under
I'd probably go
charisma.
down the charisma route.
Yeah. Locksmith, sorry.
Oh, I can lockpick. Do you know what? Fallout 4 taught me how to lockpick. I can now unlock things.
No
with,
way. No
yeah,
way.
with hair grips.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I posted it up on Twitter.
That's
Easy. I
awesome.
mean, obviously, certain locks don't work. You'd need proper tools, but quite a few of them do.
Cool. I like that.
Interesting.
Chem resistant, so you can do drugs.
Yeah.
You drink more.
I don't know.
I'm thinking.
Or was it like lead stomach or whatever that one was? Is
Yeah.
it called
Lead belly.
Yeah.
Lead belly.
Lead belly, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one would be useful.
Yeah, cap collector.
Maybe
so
like
you...
fortune finder, so I could just anytime I'm no, I don't walk around looting in real life. What the fuck? I don't.
Yeah, but if you
Well,
could.
I would if I could get away with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. What about hacker? Hacker could be a good perk, like just being able to hack people.
Yeah.
You probably, well, I mean, you could do that anyway. Just learn.
Yeah, but if you had a perk, that
Honestly,
could torture
cap collector sounds like the best one for real life. Getting stuff for cheap. Bargaining and stuff.
As long as they weren't actual caps, because in real life, what use of bottle caps, really?
Exactly. No, you are
Unless I want to sell them as like Fallout merchandise and make money that way.
bloody mess. Done.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking that, but I was like, I'm not a psychopath.
But if you were, it'd be very useful.
Yep.
If you just wanted to blow people to bits. Here's a good question. And we've actually used this question in the past at BrianMX34. He asks, how many more games do you think Fallout has left in it? Will it be able to sustain several more iterations?
Ooh.
I think it could go for ages. I mean, there are plenty of places, not only in like America, but all over the place. They could
Yep.
take it over to England or wherever. Because I mean, if you think about it, the Fallout would be different in different areas, but it still would have affected like
Everywhere. Yeah.
well, yeah, everywhere, the whole planet. So
It'd be a really interesting perspective as well, because we know what's happened in the States, but what's happened with Russia, for example. Like Russia is this huge superpower that we really don't actually know what's happened, and I bet you some law freak is going to be like, well, actually, there is this one audio log that if you check it, it tells you about Russia.
There's actually this one.
but we still would
audio
like to see it.
Exactly. No, I agree.
No, yeah, that would definitely be interesting. I think
I'd say indefinitely.
no, it could definitely go on for a while. It's just like, are they going to end up I'm not saying under Bethesda, but would it end up becoming annualized where you could just a new location each year, kind of the same Fallout mechanics or something?
No, it would never be annualized.
Yeah.
Well, like the FIFA series.
Bethesda is just not that kind of publisher.
No, I know. That's why I said it's not under Bethesda. Like, God forbid something bad happens, and the title has to go somewhere else. You wonder what if. Yeah. Because there's definitely annualization potential there where they could go to a new location like each year, you know. It's just a matter of
so apparently there were some tweets from Chris Avallone that suggested that Bethesda's never going to be giving up the Fallout license to Obsidian, which is kind of a reason why it's not there anymore.
Really?
Like not like the sole reason, but I think he had a tweet that implied that. Or maybe he was joking. So don't read into it.
I was what's it called? Sent a post he had on Reddit saying how basically if it ever somehow came back to Obsidian while he was there, that he would have been like an advocate for definitely doing like a Fallout New Orleans. That's what he was saying, cool. And like, you know, he was responding to some of like it was a lore discussion, and but he said like, I still stand by, like, you know, if we were to ever get the license back, like that's what we would go for.
I reckon he'd work again with Obsidian even as an independent contractor. If they were ever to get Fallout again, I think,
they'd be silly not to take him back. He's really good at what he does.
No, he's excellent. Yeah.
You know, here's a really good question from Retrowave Dave. Do you think Bethesda working on so much stuff at once will take away from something bigger, such as an Elder Scrolls 6?
What? No.
Well, don't they have different development teams for each game?
But there's such a small team still.
They have Montreal now.
No, I know. I'm glad they at least realize, like, we need to expand.
Yeah.
But
and I think that, well, you know, that development studio is, I don't know, did they say that they were solely dedicated to mobile games, or are they going to pitch in whenever BGS needs to
I got sent an interesting email, and I usually don't read, I'm not saying this in a dick way, but I usually don't read emails from viewers under my business email because I don't like when people reach out to me like that. But it was like about Bethesda Game Studios Montreal working on console games, and it said for one of their programmers that you need to have a lot of experience developing on consoles. So they might be working on a non-mobile game.
Well, let me give you an example, and I love bringing up BioShock, but so the 2K Australia team, they helped develop some levels for BioShock Infinite. That could be a way that they help, for example, like level design, all of that stuff. Even if all the concepts and designs are created and they're like, all right, BGS Montreal, do this, and then they could touch it up or whatever to their liking.
Okay.
So I know with BioWare they do that. They'll have different teams, obviously, for each game, but then say some of the Dragon Age team would help out with the Mass Effect stuff, or you know, the Star Wars stuff. So they all kind of pitch in and they get moved around to do different things. It could be a case of that.
Kind of like, was it id Tech helping out with Fallout 4 shooting?
Yes. And sometimes, you know, people outsource, don't they?
Or Machine Games, one of those.
Machine Games, yeah.
They all help out, but it's through play testing, and then the developers do the rest. But you know, I'm hoping that Bethesda does start to expand more to some degree, like maybe like a couple more teams established in different places where it's kind of like not like a, because it's like when you see other companies open up new studios in different places, it's like, oh, cool, you know, right? And then like when Bethesda does it, it's like, this is huge. Like when they open Montreal, it's like, it's like when they open Montreal, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like
like Ubisoft is like, we opened in the Philippines. Like, fuck Ubisoft, we know, you're everywhere.
They really are, though. It's scary.
Well, how many teams work on Assassin's Creed? Like that's the only possible way they can spit them out every. Well, they were spitting them out every year.
Yeah.
Props to them. Still,
the
man.
thing is, they weren't that great.
Because
I mean, some were alright, but a lot of and the thing is, if you're pumping out every year, I don't think the quality is necessarily going to be there, no matter how big the team is.
Like for Call of Duty, I get it, but for Assassin's Creed, where I believe, anyways, the story was very interesting. You know, it's when you annualize it, you kind of trivialize it. Yeah, that's the word I was thinking of.
Speaking of Call of Duty,
quality, not quantity.
What is everyone's thoughts on that potential COD 4 remaster?
Oh, dude, I tweeted out. I was like, people are going to be playing the COD 4 remaster more than the actual fucking COD. I guarantee it.
Oh, no doubt, dude. I'll be in there. I'll definitely be in there.
I'll be in there too. That's where it all began, right?
For everyone, awesome. Dude. That was and it's a good opportunity for the kids who grew up with like the Black Ops and onwards, for example, to start playing what.
No, and you know what it's gonna be, Matty? People that have played recent CODs, like kids, they're like, oh my god, why can't I war jump? Like, fuck, this is shit. I want to go back to
They're
Ghosts.
so old. Oh my god.
Well, the only thing that bothers me, mind you, this is at the point in time when we're recording, it is still a rumor, but like they were, according to a flyer, it's basically confirmed, but according to a flyer, it's going to be the campaign remastered and 10 multiplayer maps. And now I'm not trying to bitch unnecessarily, but I've seen them rework certain maps from Call of Duty 4 into like different expansion DLC things for future new Call of Duty games. Yeah. Why can't you just redo all the maps? Like, is that so much to ask for? Why just 10?
How many maps are there in total, though?
I don't know, but still, just I think there's a lot more than 10. Here, I'm gonna look up. Hold on. Call of Duty 4 maps.
Well, to be honest, right? I don't give a shit about the DLC maps for Modern Warfare 4, or Call of Duty 4, I should say. So long as the original ones are there, the ones that people love,
20. Dude, but listen to these maps. Like,
is that including DLC?
I don't. No, there's not. So we have like ambush, backlot, block, leave block out. Please leave block out. That map sucked dick. Bog, broadcast was dope. Chinatown, countdown, crash, creek sucked. Crossfire, district, downpour, kill house. I think that was DLC. Actually, no, I'm not sure.
What about Overgrown?
Overgrown, fuck yes.
Thank fuck.
That's definitely got to be remastered. Pipeline, please. Shipment, they're not going to leave that out. Showdown, definitely in. Strike, yeah. Vacant, and they got to bring back Wet Work. That's
all of the original ones, right? At least
like the originals were like Ambush, Overgrown, Strike, Backlot. I'm looking at the pictures now. Vacant, no doubt. Crossfire, fuck block, Crash. What I'm thinking they're going to do is if they're going to look at the competitive scene, what were the competitive maps, and they're going to remaster those definitely. And I think Block was one of them, sadly.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I found a question by Sad and Sober.
I was just looking at it.
Out of the major upcoming games like Doom, Battleborn, Overwatch, etc., which are you most excited for and why? You go for it.
Good question.
Oh, I got the great answer for that one, though.
Here we go.
The one that he didn't include in that list. What? TMNT. Why is that not on that list, dude? Mutants in Manhattan. Mutants in Manhattan.
Well, I mean, he wasn't specific, so anything.
He said major.
He mentioned good games, you know.
I just want to strangle you now. Fuck.
Oh, so when you insult me,
that's not an insult though, because everyone knows that I'm not actually going to strangle you to death. People could see you punching me in the face, though.
Well, I don't think your hands would reach that far across the sea.
I would never punch you in the face. Yeah, exactly.
Good luck, unless you're Stretch Armstrong, yeah.
All that in Australia.
What about you guys, though?
Fuck.
My mind's drawing a blank currently. Mind you, hang on, isn't Fallout? No, not fucking Fallout. What the fuck am I talking about? Final Fantasy VII's the remastered one. Isn't that supposed to be out this year? They're aiming for it. I don't know if it's going to. I'm curious about that, just because. But was it specifically in?
Was this guy asking May or? Oh, he just said,
just in general.
Oh, he said. Well, yeah, okay, my bad. I thought he was specifying May because all those games come out in May.
I don't know what's fucking coming out in May.
Well, let's say this year. All
right, so this year then, Final Fantasy 15, hands down. Okay, I'm not trying to sound like a weeb because all three of them are Japanese games, but Final Fantasy 15, Persona 5, and Danganronpa 3 are like hands down the three games I'm like fucking...
Do you want some sushi, Maddie?
I had so much sushi yesterday. Dude, hold on. I'm about to show you guys this fucking picture.
Are you going super kawaii?
Look at this shit. All right, we went to a place.
Showing us pictures of sushi.
We went to this place that gave you all you can eat sushi.
Holy shit!
That looks great. That looks awesome.
Yeah, it was fresh.
I love me some raw salmon, some nice sushi. It's great.
Dude, I loved it.
You just go out there and catch it yourself with your bare hands.
Yeah, some sort of tribal man.
It was mad good though.
Excellent. For me, the only thing I can think of is Dishonored 2.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be on my list. I just always forget about it because they don't talk about it. Yeah, obviously, because
they'll accidentally stream the ending or something.
Oh. No way they fucked that one up.
Nah. Anyway.
What about you, Emma?
Aside from Final Fantasy VII, I've heard, I don't know if you guys have played this, it might not be your sort of thing, but Life is Strange, I think they're aiming for a second game to come out.
Loves that.
Really?
Oh, for real? Yeah, apparently they're talking about it. I don't know if it'll be this year. They want it to be, but I don't know if they'll.
I didn't even know
I mean,
that.
obviously it's episodic, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
they could do.
No, that's definitely a possibility. I just didn't think that would be a game with a sequel. Not going to spoil anything,
Well, I mean,
but just
there'll
like ending kind of just left everything perfectly set
It's
in
a
stone.
sequel in that it's still Life is Strange, but it'll be a different cast. So, I mean, I don't know where they could go with it because obviously now we know that she can sort of time travel. If they do time travel again, we're going to know that that's going to fuck everything up.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll go with something else, like, I don't know, having the power of...
That same team is working on a really interesting idea.
Oh, the vampire one.
Yeah.
What the fuck's that called?
Hold on. I think it's called Vampire, Vampyr, and it's an upcoming action RPG. Embody a vampire in London during the Victorian era.
Yeah. And basically you are the bad guy, but you kind of decide how bad you want to be in terms of like drinking people's blood and killing them. I was like, killing all of them. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do it.
I think it comes in 2017, if I remember correctly. Yes, release date 2017. And it's based on the 1918 London Spanish flu pandemic.
That's right, yeah.
Plot revolves around...
a doctor.
Yeah, plot revolves around vampire Dr. Jonathan Reed, who's coming to terms with his undead condition. He must deal with being torn between the Hippocratic Oath and his newfound bloodthirsty nature. The player is under no obligation to kill to finish the game. Dialogue options can be used for hunting prey to feed on, which replenishes strength and levels up the lead character. This sounds a lot like...
You don't level up as much if you don't actually kill. So it's like you can go with your morals or you can go with I want to level up to like buggery and just suck everybody's blood because I'm an arsehole sort of thing. So I because they said it's based heavily on morals, I find that quite curious. Like,
well, because it's like the standard thing you do in an action RPG, like you want to kill things, level up, but it's like challenging that by saying like, are you actually going to think like, well, if I'm in this guy's position, do I really want to kill people to like level up, or should I just do it?
If he's trying to struggle with his morality as well. And I wonder, how will they make these characters likable enough that you're like, oh, I really don't want to kill them, but I kind of need to level up because I really want to do whatever, and it's going to be more hard if I don't. I think that could be quite an interesting...
They're a very underrated studio that deserves more credit because they did a game called, oh my God, what was it called? It was free on Remember Me.
Oh, was that the... Oh, shit.
Yeah, they did
Remember... Did they do... Yeah, that's it, Remember Me.
They did that. That was an interesting idea. Very cool area and concept. Wasn't an amazing game, but still, it was like really just a good new idea that a lot of people really liked, a lot of people didn't like, but I thought it was pretty good. Life is Strange, fantastic, and now they're doing this vampire game, which seems to be another fresh new idea. It is very similar to Vampire the Masquerade, where it's like
such a good game.
Yeah, I haven't beaten it yet, but it's a really good game regardless.
Is it Bloodlines or which one are you playing?
Bloodlines.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
That's what I've been told. So that's why I just kind of went with that one. But it's very similar to that game. So it's like, but that type of game hasn't been done. Whoopsie! So I just punched my desk. It hasn't been done since Vampire Bloodlines, in my opinion. At least that's what comes to mind.
Vampire things in general have become a bit cheesy, and I think a lot of people have started to avoid it for a while now because of stuff like Twilight, which just fucking ruined it. And also for a while, everything was vampire this, vampire that. I think it got a bit saturated in general, just in general media. So it's kind of nice to see another vampire game that sounds like it's taking a different approach.
Yeah, I wonder the typical... when it says it's an action RPG, I wonder like what it's going to entail in the sense of like combat. Is it going to be like the Vampire, the Masquerade Bloodlines, where it's...
Who are we fighting?
Yeah. Because I remember like in Bloodlines, you'd like show up to this like gang member's house, and like it's the first time you ever really get into a proper fight in that game, and like I'm busting out these fucking sick kung fu kind of moves and like kicking the shit out of these guys all over the house. Yeah,
down by the beach.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy shit, my guy's got moves. I didn't even know this. Like I love that game, man. I really got to get back into playing it. It's because it's such a liberating game in some sense, like breaking into the hospital and creeping around and stuff, and like taking like blood packs to yourself.
The different types of vampires, like if you went for the typical Nosferatu, you have to stay in the sewers mostly because people shit themselves when they see you. Or you could be like the high class ones that look like humans and they're able to sort of seduce people easier. So when it comes to sucking blood, it's easier for them. But if they were to suck the blood of a tramp, it would make them ill. So they can only drink the blood of like upper class folk. It's really cool.
Sounds like a
And then
lovely
you've got
game.
those, it's really good. And then there's those weird ones that are always talking in riddles, and I always forget what they're called, and they're a bit mad.
They're called
almost
Australians.
Yes, that would be it. The Australian vampires. That would suck. You guys would literally have to stay away from the sun. I mean, it's probably hot at night time where you are, so vampires out there would be fucked.
Dreadful. I can't get to sleep. Anyway. Did you guys see that picture I sent you? I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
what's
was just looking at it.
I just laughed. I needed to send it to someone. To describe this to people listening, right?
One point.
It's a text message. This girl's like, "Hey, bae." Guy's like, "What's up?" Girl's like, "What am I to you?" He sends her a picture of a nightstand. And she's like, "What's that?" He goes, "That's a one night stand."
So fucked.
It's fucking hilarious. Anyways.
Unless someone sees any good questions left.
Let's have a look. Let me refresh.
So I haven't seen anything.
So I like the somewhat personal questions, but not too personal questions. You know what I mean?
I like this one. Why are you a weeb? And that's to you, Matty.
Oh well, I mean, you just heard it right there. I like Japanese games when I was talking about how I was really excited for 3
loser,
crazy Japanese games. Except Persona,
You have, like, the
Persona
Japanese
5 is going to
body
sell
pillow.
really well. So is Final Fantasy
Senpai.
15, and then all of a sudden, but all of a sudden Japanese games will be the
Waifu
norm.
body pillow or
Just
whatever.
watch.
waifu.
Just watch. They'll be the norm. And
But do you have the waifu body pillow though?
do you see that on my bed
know,
back there?
You might be hiding it. It might be underneath, so you can make sweet love to it
turn
on
it
your
on.
camera.
See, nothing.
I don't know.
can't-
It's your
All right.
life, man. Do whatever you want.
Fucking nerd.
I ain't gonna judge. Yeah, it's hidden under his bed. With all the-
Yeah.
Here's a
Nice.
question that maybe you want to address, Maddie. When's
Okay.
Katie going to be appearing on the show?
See, I don't know. Ryan kind of
It's
made
hard,
it.
but-
Yeah, Ryan kind of made out that it's very hard to schedule things with Katie.
Yeah. And plus, she went through, like, if people don't know, she went through a bit of a personal thing. So,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
guess.
geez, don't tell everybody that. Christ.
No, it was pretty. She made it public, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, she made it pretty
Oh, did she?
public. So, you know, we were just kind of waiting on her, and now it's. I guess it's probably up to us to reach out to tell you the truth, but it's like you want to be gentle with those types of things. You don't want to like be a pest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if this awful things just happen, give it a week or so, maybe, or a month, and then maybe get her on so that she can get her head
Well,
sorted.
we've been
I mean, I don't know
talking
what it is. I haven't.
since like what, January, February?
Holy
Like
it's really been that long?
it's
Mind you, I mean, on that one that she briefly appeared on with Ryan,
That was awesome.
she rang him up. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
She seemed really up for it, so you should just fuck it. Just say
Yeah.
you want to come on, and if she's ready to, she'll tell
Schedule
you.
a time, stuff it up by an hour, and we're set.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll probably hit her up. Wow, I just made that sound so casual. It was gonna be fucking. What's up,
Hit her
girl? You want to come on my
Mingling with all your
podcast?
star celebrity friends and shit.
All right, well,
Take you out with the connections.
that should.
think that's about it.
Le podcast. Yeah.
Podcast? You trying to impersonate a great podcast?
What? No. I said late
Ah,
podcast. I said that's
He's
gonna.
going French.
I said
Yeah.
that's gonna do wrap up a late podcast.
Thank you, Emma or Ability Drone, for joining us. We really appreciate it. Sorry for the confusion.
It's cool.
Sorry for Maddie being late too. We all make mistakes, clearly. And
I
the way we like-
I certainly don't. I'm top shit, bro.
See, that's why you have a punchable face.
Why? Because I fuck with
as
people?
always, I like to put people on the spot, and the way we end the podcast is have the guest end the podcast how they see fit. So,
Oh, geez, no pressure then.
yeah, no pressure, Emma. Like, we're putting you on the spot now. It's all on
So, you know, ordinarily I'd make you sing it out with me, but it's pretty late here, and if I start singing now, I'm going to get a bollocking by the family. So I'm just going to tell everyone to fuck off. So you can go now. Bye.
Holy shit.
That's ending with that.